I did this video the other day thinking about how to present, how to clear out some of the mind the way we clean out some of our body. So a word popped in my head, but that's not what I'm going to talk about, which was arrested development and what it is. But what I wanted to talk about today is, say for example, you know, like when you go to a restaurant or you buy these, go to a cookout and you get these styrofoam plates, these styrofoam containers that have different sections in them, right? And so imagine you have different foods in each one, right? So say for example, in one section I have possum. Like in Florida, some people do eat possum. The other section I have some frog legs, the Coney Island frog legs. Another section I have I don't know, raccoon. And I have all my meats here, right? And then I have, you know, chopped up some bell peppers, all colors, put in another section. Got some cabbage, fried cabbage in another section. Gonna throw a little starch in there, some red potatoes, you know, with the rosemary and olive oil and whatever kind of seasoning, garlic. And so as I think about the mind, I'm giving this example. And so I have my meats, right? And, you know, my meats are cooked good. They're got all the good seasoning on it. The appealing stuff, when I go look at it, I'm like, this looks good, you know? And this have the type of seasoning that I really, really like and have been eating for many, many years. But then I think about it and say, these different foods, okay, let's start with the meats that I eat. Did they have a headache before they were chopped and made? Did they have a disease that still comes through the cooking process after it's cooked and boiled and fried and dyed and whatever, as I ingest it into my body? And the vegetables, even though, you know, I could have gotten it from a restaurant, or I could have got it from my home, and I don't clean it, or regardless of how I clean it, the baking soda, the vinegar, the lemon juice, whatever, all the pesticides still come through into my body, right? And I ingest all of this into my body, not knowing the history, the backstory of these animals, these vegetables, these starches. But it's in my body. It feels good. I mean, I got to do my nutrition. I'm hungry. I got to eat. And I think of that like with the mind. And we put so many things into our mind. And it's hard sometimes to filter out, you know. And so the thing is, say for example with the food, then you say, well, let me put something that I know is good in my body to kind of counteract this. I'll go get some frozen arona berries order them from Amazon. I'll get some, if it's pomegranate season, to help with the akkermansia in my body, help fight off cancer, to get my navy beans, because I know those cannot be genetically modified, and let it do what it do to the body. Little sauerkraut, little whatever, right? And then, like I said, with the mind, we put so much in to cipher out what is meant for us and our soul, with the good, the bad, the ugly, the benefits, the non-benefits for this individual mind and brain right here. This one. Yours. Mine. Being, And I say that to say, for example, it's an ongoing topic about personal growth and this and that or whatever, and healing and journey and blah. But I think that, and I'm just sharing from my experience and from what I've learned. Of course, each individual is different. So with that in mind, when we look at oneself for oneself, say for example, let me give you an example. I'm here walking around, people that have treat people bad or have attitudes or this and that, and I notice their behaviors, and I'm like, you got a big, and I tease them and joke, you got a big fat ego. Man, that's his ego. Golly. Then I had somebody come up to me and say, Emily, there's all types of egos, and there's good egos too. So for me, I had to look at myself and say, what about my own ego? And what type of ego do I have? And where my backstory and my past and my, hanging out with whoever I have hung out throughout the years, where's all this coming from? So looking at self, just because somebody else is studying ego doesn't mean that you won't want to study and look at confidence. Or just because somebody else is looking at another topic, but you're like, nah, I need to look at something else that fits me and what bothers me and what interests me and what I am in questioning about, right? I don't know. It's more to that. Peace.